Hello guys, welcome again to my YouTube channel. Today we are going to be doing this flyer using Photoshop on your laptop. So let us head straight into the video. This is the flyer that we are going to be doing today. So first we are going to create a new document and we'll set it 180 as the width and 1080 as the width and 1350 as the height, resolution 300, then click on create. So all the things I used for this design is here already, and I'm going to be leaving it in the description for you to try out in case you want to replicate this design. You can try it out. So first we are going to bring our background. This is the background I use for this design. It's a very popular background. And then we'll bring our picture, then go to the subject tool, select subject and wait for it to select the subject. Then when you see it is selected, you click on the max icon here to remove the max, then right click here and convert to smart object. Then you arrange your photo just as it is in the design you see here, just as you see in this design here. So we're going to be doing this. So let us head back to our document, and then we'll bring the second picture. This is the second picture I used for this flyer. So we're just going to remove the subject and we'll be adding the chairs. So we're going to click on this plus icon here and increase it to add the chairs, and I think this is okay. So when you add this, you click on the max icon to remove the background, then you right click and convert to smart object. Then you arrange this also to this direction. Let us see our design. You can see here, so you're just going to move it backward a bit like this, something like this, and bring our last picture, which is this one. We're going to flip it horizontal to face this direction. Then you remove the subject mark. So once it's done, you also increase it to select the chairs too, and then click on your max icon to remove the background too. Right click, convert to smart object, then you move this backwards. Then we're going to reduce this to fit this place a little bit, and it should come forward. I think let's move it backward. I think it was backward. Then this will become here. Let's see. Okay, so guys, this is how this picture was arranged. So the next thing we're going to do now is to add other things that I used, like this one. I just removed the background the same way we've been removing it. Click on the max icon and convert to smart object. Then click on Ctrl plus U to change the color of this to lemon green color, maybe plus 35. You put it at plus 35, it's going to change to the same color I used, and you move it down here, and you make sure that this edge here is not showing at all, this picture. So you move the picture a little bit down here, and this is how it's going to look like. So what we're going to add next is our flower, which is this one. So just going to bring it here, flip it horizontal and reduce it, and I'm going to move it here. We'll move it to the back of this picture so that it can stay on the background, just like this one. And the next thing to do is to add our footer here. So we're going to be using this color, the same color we used here, and I'm just going to draw this here. So guys, after drawing it, you can see it's not showing because it's backward. You're going to move it front. So after doing it, you will notice that there are some lines in the middle, like inside the rectangle. So if you want to achieve that, you have to use this link in my description. I'm going to be leaving all of this here. This is the kind of pattern used in design or any other thing you want to do. So I'm just going to place it in front of the rectangle, right click and convert and create clipping marks. Then we're going to change this to either linear bond or dark, or I think color bond, but I think linear bond goes well, so we're just going to use this. You can see how those things were there. We can add your grainy effect if you want. You can just hold your control key and select these two together. Select these two together, right click and convert to smart object so that it will be one rectangle. Then you go to your camera raw filter here, and you go to your effect, and you increase the grain, the amount you want it to be, and you press OK, and you can see there's a little grain on the rectangle. So that aside, you're going to do the same here. You're going to add a little rectangle here also, just like you see in the design, and we're going to follow the same steps we did for this one. We're going to bring our rectangle, reduce it a little for more detail, and we're going to change this to linear bond, right click and create clipping marks just like that. And we're going to do the same for the first one, where I rasterize layer and click on the camera raw. You can see there's a grain on it already. I'm just going to move this backward, I think, and this will come down a little bit, just as it is in the design. You can see, so this should be here a little bit, and you can see that it's a little bit dim. So you can just reduce the opacity or anything you want to call it. So we reduce it, and now for the name, I used a text effect. This text effect, the leave 3D editable text. This is what I used here for my design. So we're just going to take the 3D effects, which is in my downloads. Let's go to the downloads and extract it. So this is it here. So just going to open it. I'm going to be leaving it in the description. We're going to open it and change our font. You can either update it or leave it. So the font, this font is called Lobster 1.4. Lobster 1.4, that's the name of the font. So I'm just going to change it and put your name. After putting it, you Ctrl S to save, and when you go back to your font, you will see that it has been edited, it has been modified. So we're just going to take this to our design. So I'm going to convert to smart object and click on this to move it to our design. So we're going to move this to our to the area where it's supposed to be. So it's here, somewhere here, just like this. So now we're going to add the second effect. Let's increase this a little bit, and I'm going to add the second one. We're just going to undo all the things we did, go back and rewrite what we didn't write. So I'm going to change the name, save, then you go back and then you convert to smart object. so that you can take your text, your effects, you can drag it up here and bring it here. You resize your text so that it can fit through. You resize it here and think it's good like this. And if you notice again, there is some flowers. You can see there are some flowers here. So I'm going to be showing you how all these were achieved in Photoshop. So let's go and bring our flower. So this is the flower I used for this manipulation. We're just going to move it forward, and then something you can do is to select one part of the flower. We don't really need everything, so just select this part like this and convert to smart object. Then you can take it to your font, to your effect, and reduce it. So it's advisable to zoom in so that you can have a clearer view. So you can zoom in to have a clearer view of what you are doing. So we're just going to take it here and reduce it very well to fit in the text. So we're going to add some shadow to it. So I'm just going to add some drop shadow. You can copy my settings here, 71 opacity and everything you see here. You click OK, and what you're going to do is just to duplicate it many number of times. You can press Ctrl+J like many times to duplicate, because it's going to be everywhere. So you can duplicate maybe 30 or 50, the amount that is okay for you. Then what you just do is to put this just around the flyer, around the font. And also note that there were some flowers that were under, so we're going to take some under the text, not on top. So the ones that you want it to be under, just like you see here, this one that are under the text like this, we're going to move it back of the text if you want to achieve that. Let me show you what I mean. So we're going to take one here, maybe let's take this one, and we'll move it to the back of our text. Just going to move it to the back of our text, and you can see how it looks like it's at the back. So it's going to look like it was under the text. So that's how to achieve that. You can manipulate it your own way. You can do it anyhow you want to. So this is how that was achieved. If you want it under, you can move it under, or you can leave it on top of your design, any one of your choice. So guys, that's how I achieved this flyer. I'm not really going to go into much detail of the flower because it's going to take some time, but you can do this on your own though. You can manipulate it anyhow you want to beautify it. So you just beautify it anyhow you want to, anyhow you feel is good for you. You beautify it, and then you take your write-up. My write-up, I'm just going to copy some write-up from here. So I'm just going to take this write-up here to this place, and that's that for that. So guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll be leaving the files I use in the description for you guys to try out, and I hope to see you in the next video. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe.